news on deck. Nico knows tech, #1 channel with the news on check.
Alright, welcome back to Nico Knows Tech. I'm of course Nico. If you're watching this video, then most likely you are in crisis due to malware infection, whether it be adware, Trojan, rootkit, ransomware, or you have a rat, remote access Trojan, and you're literally hacked. Well, rest easy, your online research has paid off and it's led you here, and I'm going to help you out. I'll quickly show you how to quickly and effectively remove whatever you have, and also repair Windows all in one go, and you won't lose your files and apps. This is an update to our extremely successful tutorial last year, which has helped nearly 400,000 people free themselves from malware and will not cost you a single penny. So let's get started. Alright, first thing you're going to need to do is we're going to need to download tronscript. Tronscript is a technician tool, which you can find the link in the description. It's right here on Reddit. Don't use any other domains other than what I give you, because I don't know how safe they are. And there's people out there that really hate people like me, malware actors, and they don't want you to find the right one here. So it is at reddit.com/r/tronscript. And if you take a look, if you click on the tronscript link there, it'll take you to the download page, and you'll just scroll down. It talks about the script, and I always use the official one here. And there's the Tron exe here, also the torrents. You can use whichever one. I'm going to use the exe. I already have it downloaded. And you can find it by opening File Explorer here, and then it's on your downloads. And what you'll do is you'll click and drag it to the desktop. Okay. Now, before we run this, you want to make sure that you have your Windows updates. You don't want to have pending updates right before we do a major repair, just because we don't want any kind of weird update hiccups to happen. So you'll just open in the search and type update, and then click check for updates. Check for updates. And if you have some pending updates, go ahead and do them. And if it asks you to restart, go ahead and restart. In the Tron instructions, it says that you should restart first. That's just to make sure you don't have a pending update. If you want to do that, go ahead. If you're sure that you've done all your updates and you don't need to restart, we can go ahead and proceed. There's a feature update here pending for me, but I don't have to get a feature update right now. That's not important. So, and I'll show you how you can delay feature updates until you want it. We're going to right click Tron and run as administrator. And this is going to extract the files and folders and components and scanners that we're going to need for this job. And it is doing the work. And after it's done, you see these two folders here, Tron and integrity verification. These are important files, the important components of Tron. If you don't see these here, don't panic. You'll just right click on the desktop, and then we'll click refresh. That's a common thing in Windows. Alright, and inside the Tron folder, we're going to need to bring two things to the desktop. The resources folder and the Tron file. This is a batch file that's going to automate this whole process for us. And bring that over, and also Tron. They need to be on the desktop. We can go ahead and close this. If you want, you can read the instructions, and this will show you how to do some advanced custom versions of the script, such as if you only want to do the debloat for like a tune-up 6 months from now, or if you want to only do maybe the virus scanner, or if you want to skip a part of it, you can do that. And I'll show you guys how to do the advanced level command line stuff for Tron on another video. Okay, we'll right click on Tron and click run as administrator like we did the first file. And it's going to start detecting our hardware, and then it's going to bring us to the disclaimer, basically the license agreement. And it's saying, hey, basically, if your machine breaks, you can't sue the Tron developers. It doesn't do that, but there are people who say, you touched my laptop and it caught on fire, so you have to buy me another one. You know, okay, whatever. But anyway, click I agree, type I agree, all in caps, and then hit enter. And then it's going to show you, it says that detected my SSD, so it's going to skip defrag. If it doesn't skip for you, it's not a big deal. It sometimes happens. It's just going to create one write on the SSD. It's unneeded, but it's not going to break anything. It's not going to make a day difference in the grand scope of things. It's going to create a restore point, so in case something goes wrong and you're not happy with it, you can go back to the way it was before you ran Tron. And I'll go into restore points on another video. Okay, the first thing it's going to do is going to launch rkill. Rkill is a process killer that looks for malware processes, and they can often blind your antivirus scanners, and it's going to kill those processes. It's also going to check your host file, which is where hackers will, or malware actors will try to block your ability to go to helpful websites, including Microsoft. This pop-up that I have here is it's urging me to install .NET. You probably already have .NET. The machine that I'm running this on is a new install, so it needs .NET. If you get this, just go ahead and hit download and install. It's a necessary component of Windows 10 and Windows 8, 7, and 11. Okay, go ahead and skip ahead. Alright, and after we click it, it will go ahead and download it from Microsoft Windows Update, and it will automatically install. Then the script will continue. Okay, now back to the script. It has done a disk cleanup. It's going to delete temp files, which are basically files that were downloaded for a temporary purpose. Like when you click run instead of save as, it's temporarily downloaded so you can run it, but it's scheduled for delete. So deleting that's a good thing. It's going to clear up some space. It's also going to clear Windows Update cache. So you might have gigabytes and gigabytes of Windows Update stored files that are no longer needed. They were used for an update maybe 6 months ago. So deleting that's a good thing. And then it's going to check for blacklisted entries. Basically, it's junkware, things like Candy Crush, or things that Microsoft or your manufacturer has installed on your machine to try and sell you something. So it's going to remove those. It's not going to remove Office or your important applications that you've installed. It can sometimes uninstall things that you got from the Microsoft Store, but if that happens, you can just get it right back. In my case, it uninstalls Armory Crate, which is an Asus hardware management software for Asus laptops, and but I always just get that back. And that's not the main focus right now. The main focus is securing your machine, getting the hackers off your machine, cleaning your machine, and repairing it so you can use your machine again. So we can get your manufacturer's apps after by going to your manufacturer, whether it be HP, Dell, Asus, MSI, anybody. Okay. It detects that I'm not using OneDrive, so it's going to remove that, which I'm really grateful for. If you're using OneDrive, it's not going to touch it. And if for some reason it removes it and you need it, don't worry, I'll show you how to get that back. It's not hard, and it'll be put back there next Windows Update anyway. Okay. And this debloat will actually improve your system performance by about 20%. The next phase is going to start virus removal, finally. It's going to install Malwarebytes temporarily to run a Malwarebytes scan. It's going to run Kaspersky virus removal tool. In addition to, it already ran rkill, which is important, process killer. And then it's going to run McAfee Stinger, which is a rootkit detector, TDSS killer, another rootkit scanner. Basically, it's going to cover one or two of every single category of scanner to try and get whatever you have, and it's exceptionally effective at that. This scan can take a while. On this machine, not a whole lot because there's really nothing on it, but it's also going to run Sophos. It runs a ton of things. And when you get here, it says cannot open, or if this says errors about shutting down, you can ignore that. And things that it says cannot open, that's all right. That's technician information for us. That's something that we want to know because that's a good thing. I know it doesn't sound like it, but that means that if malware can't open it because we can't open it, if our scanner can't see inside, then neither can malware. That means Windows is doing its job and protecting the files. Okay, and it's going through. Okay. After the disinfect is done, it's going to start repairing Windows. you'll see the Deployment Image Servicing and Management tool run. This is literally going to compare your Windows installation with what Microsoft Windows Update has. If it sees something that's wrong, it's going to automatically replace it with the components from Windows Update. It's going to repair it automatically, and you're not going to lose anything. It's a great tool. And after that, it's going to run SFC, or the System File Checker. This is literally going to check all your critical system files against Microsoft Update, and it's going to automatically repair them if it can, and most of the time it can. And that is something that can fix all kinds of things in Windows. In fact, when I fix a machine, usually that's the first thing I do is run an SFC. Okay, and on this machine I actually had some errors, and it's a fresh install, but you know, things can always go wrong, so SFC is always a good thing. Okay. Alright, yeah, it said Windows did find errors and it automatically fixed them. Now it's going through network repair, it's going to be performing some privacy functions. It's going to disable telemetry, which is Microsoft spying on you and using your data, your bandwidth, to give information to Microsoft about your usage for whatever purposes. And we're opting you out of that. We're also disabling the background intelligent transfer service, the bit service, which is literally, when you install Windows, you are opted in to act as a file server for people getting Windows updates. So when you get a Windows update, you're also going to be sharing it to people on the internet so that Microsoft can save bandwidth. We're opting you out of that. We're also setting Windows Update to where you can decide when you get Windows updates. For example, you're going to get security updates automatically, no problem. You're not going to get delayed those. But feature updates, if you don't want to do a feature update which adds or changes features of Windows, which sometimes people don't like because Microsoft uses you as a guinea pig to see if it's working, you can wait a couple weeks, or you can wait 2 years if you want to get a feature update, and then whenever you want that, you can click Install Now. So that's a really nice feature, and that's why you'll see, if you go into settings and updates, you'll see this is managed by your organization. That's you. That's something we did for you, and that basically says I have the right to choose when I have my feature updates, not you, and not Microsoft rather. So that's what that means. If it's managed by your administrator, managed by your organization, that's you. So don't worry about that. And then once it's done with all of these, it's going to uninstall Malware so that way it's not just laying around. And then when you finally get to this green screen, it's done. Congratulations, you are now clean. And what you can do here is just click inside this window and hit any key, and that will close the window, and then you can reboot. And now you can rest easy. I recommend that you get a better antivirus, or don't override your antivirus, however it happened. And your machine should be all better once you restart. And if you have any problems, let me know in the comments rather. And also let me know if this worked out for you. I love your comments. I love your questions. If you want to support us, I have Instagram, Twitter, a Discord server, also Patreon if you want to support us there. It really helps out the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share us with your friends, because trust me, when you run this on your friends' machines, they're going to think you are a pro, because this is a pro level tool. Thank you guys. I really hope that this helped you out, and hope to see you next time. Have a good one.
The man, Nico the legend, that's who I am. If you got a problem, PC problem, it take no problem. Talk to the man who got the plan, he gon' solve them. Blocking them hackers, all that hacking, it ain't gon' happen. Everything tech, he's taking it to the next level.